Let's keep it rolling here. Phil 68 After Dark, Sirius XM, Channel 84. So the coach that you trust the most, the coach that you trust the least. Now, I'm going to start with this here. I think that this is a huge weekend, guys. A huge weekend. And last night I got pushback on the show because, it's the NCAA tournament and you can't define everything. Look, I think he's a great coach. I'm not arguing that. Yeah. That being said, you can both say he's a great coach and understand this is a huge weekend for Matt Painter. It is. When are you going to have Jaden Ivey and all the pieces around him to this degree again? This is a big weekend for Matt Painter to both carry his program banner and the Big Ten's banner.
Yeah. I mean, look, they have to get to a Final Four. And the stakes might not be high. I mean, you could say Gonzaga because they just haven't won it, whatever. But at the end of the day, the floodgates have opened for Purdue. I mean, the 1 seed out, the 2 seed out. You've got a 4 seed who's got a hobbled Jaime Jaquez, who might not be 100%. You've got North Carolina team, whatever. You're playing St. Peter's in the Sweet 16. Yeah. I mean, if this is not the year that you go to the Final Four, you break the door down, right? Or whatever happens in New Orleans happens. But if this is not the year you break the door down, I mean, when is it going to happen? I mean, look, you mentioned Ivy. Shoot, Williams is going to be gone after this year. Zach Edey will be in NBA mixes. I don't think he'll come out, but he is on mock drafts in the second round and has some kind of Boban-y qualities. This is going to be a different Purdue. And if they don't break the door down and get to the Final Four, it's going to be a massive disappointment.
I'm going with the coach with the most in the line is Mark Few. Really? Again, well, here's why. For me, I think Tommy Lloyd was so important to Mark Few. And maybe this thing will continue to run itself. It very well may. But I think he's got the best team this year. I think we say it every year, but Kentucky's out now. You got a bunch of other good teams. Kirk Reese is hurt, right? He's not himself, and they got point guard issues. As Sweeney was saying, you have arguably the best point guard with a top 3 pick and a stud who's been around for a couple of years now, Drew Timme. There aren't many holes on this team. So I think Mark Few, again, this might be his best chance. And he's not a relentless recruiter, guys. He's not. He's relied on Tommy Lloyd and his staff for years. So I just wonder again, are you going to be able to get the Chet Holmgrens in the future? Are you going to be able to get the guys in the portal? I think you will, but I don't know. I mean, again, it's not like it's going to automatically happen. It might, but it might not. It might slow down a little bit from recruiting purposes.
Kevin, who do you trust the most?
Man, I mean, look, I kind of think I trust Mark Few the most. I mean, look, Jay has the championships, but there has been no coach that has won more in this tournament, consistently gotten into national championship game, gotten to Final Fours, gotten deep in this thing than Mark Few and Gonzaga. I trust them the most to get out of this weekend. And I know that the road is challenging, right? You're going to have to get past Eric Musselman, who's going to be game plan, and prepared. And then you're going to play either Texas Tech or Duke, one of whom's already beaten you. But I trust Mark Few and this Gonzaga team the most to have the steady hand because, look, the 2 most important players on this Gonzaga team, and you can talk about Chet whatever you want, your point guard and your center, the guy you go to late in games, and Nembhard and Timme are the guys that go to late in games. They've played in a national championship game. They've played in a Final Four. They've been in a thriller of a Final Four game against UCLA. They've stared down the barrel of the most there is to offer in this sport, and they've experienced it. And I think that's why I trust Few and Gonzaga the most this week.